We give up, if we give up big plays, that's, a part of that is on our part, especially with us, because we like the last line of defense, and if we can't get the ball down, that's going to constitute to a big play, and we don't want to, have any part in that, so we kind of focus on that. So I feel like that's what we emphasize on, and it showed that, that's what we were focused on.
So where Josh Liddell was back running first team, just kind of what have you seen in his practices?
Josh made great strides. Coach Rose wanted to try him in multiple positions, and I feel like he's embraced that. He's playing some nickel, he's playing some free safety, some strong safety. He's pretty versatile. He's a smart guy, so I feel like if he's, put in that position, he could go out there and play any position on the field.
You still a nickel, or are you doing some corner and safety stuff too?
Pretty much the same thing, some nickel. I'm running with the one nickel, and I'm, pretty much free safety corner. Just day by day, whatever Coach Rose wants me to play at.
Josh said you guys were given the news about Frank Burrells before your walkthrough. What are your initial thoughts on that?
I mean, that's a tough loss for the Razorback family. He's done so much for this program, in this school. He's been a great head coach, a great AD. He's been involved with this program for, longer than I've been alive. And, to see somebody like that have an impact on the state of Arkansas, and, it's a tough loss for all of us.
We didn't get to see the first half of the scrimmage when, I guess, Dre was out there. How'd you feel like he looked for you?
Dre's moving pretty good, He's not, I don't know if he's 100%, but I know he's going out there and giving everything he has every single day. But, he's moving around, and I feel like he knows the defense. He's getting reps on the sideline, even though he's not out there with us. He's paying attention to every little thing. He's sitting in on the meetings with everybody, so I feel like he's going to be, pick up exactly where he left off. I don't feel like he's going to miss a beat.
Kevin, what do you thought of practicing 80-degree weather, overcast skies in August? It's never like this.
I mean, it feels good. It was pretty humid today, because it just rained. But other than that, I love it. I could go out and play it anywhere. I like the cold. I like the heat. I like football. So, if it's football, I'm going to go out and play in it.
But it's not 100 degrees out there.
If it was, I'd go practice in it. I don't have a problem with it.
Hey, Kevin, your rise from walk-on team captain's pretty well documented. There's other guys, John Gibson came here as a walk-on, and Carl did, and now you got Grant Morgan's a walk-on. He's in there getting a lot of reps. Just kind of, what do you think about the walk-on program here?
I mean, Coach B really emphasizes on that anybody can play if they come and put forth the effort and have the mental capacity to go out there and play with, the best of the best. It's all mental, really. And I feel like if you come in with that mindset that, that if you focus on whatever the coaches tell you to do, you can play, you can have an impact on the game. And that's kind of how I see these guys focusing on it, especially with Grant and, Carl, Johnny, even Hayden. Hayden Henry comes in, and, the guys like them, if they come in and have the mental capability to come be able to play, I feel like anybody can come play at this level.
Well, what do you thought about Grant in particular? Because he was a pretty under-the-radar guy, and with Dre out, he was getting first-team reps, and looks like he's going to be a second-teamer.
Grant is probably one of the smartest players on this defense. I mean, he puts himself in situations to make plays, you won't think he can make. He might be undersized, but he can go out there and make a play, in any position. I feel like, he kind of took that whole mindset that I did, like that if, I go out there and do what my coaches tell me to do, I can play. And he makes almost any play. He reminds me of Dre Greenlaw his freshman year. You might not think he can make a play, but he'd be in position to make any play.
I know you probably told me this before. Which schools offered you out of high school? You could have gone to some other schools. I know scholarship offers.
Arkansas Tech and Harding.
Yeah. Well, those are fine universities.
I mean, they're good universities. I chose to come here.
Yeah. They're not the SEC. But you're feeling just, hey, I want to go play big time football.
Yeah.
And you were confident you could do it.
I mean, like I said, if you come in with that mindset, knowing that you can go play anywhere, I mean, you can. I didn't want to limit myself, so I kind of just took that on, as a challenge, and came up here with that mindset that I can come play up here. I don't have any problem with it.
Yeah, Brett was saying the other day, like the best part of the job is when you give a scholarship to a walk-on. We don't give it; you guys earn it. But I mean, when you award a scholarship to a walk-on, well, what was that like being on the receiving end of that?
I mean, it's like a big weight being lifted off your shoulders, especially when you got to take out a loan or you got to do any kind of thing that you can to get up here and play for the university, and just to have that financial weight lifted off your shoulders feels like amazing.
Has Brett ever? I mean, did you guys know he was a walk-on in Iowa?
That's my older brother talked to me about that before I even came up here. He was saying he's a walk-on guy. He's big on walk-ons. He was a walk-on himself. So I kind of just said maybe he that's kind of why I lean more towards Arkansas, because of the fact that I feel like he understands the journey of a walk-on, and he'll see, hard work and pretty much see that it pays off.
Not that walk-ons get mistreated at other schools,
Oh, no.
and sometimes there's limits to what the NCAA allows school to do. They can do things for scholarship guys can't do for walk-ons,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes with meals or things like that. But do you feel like walk-ons here get treated pretty well?
I mean, you're part of family just like everybody else. So, I mean, you at all the meals, you part of the, you're on the team. He doesn't treat anybody different regardless of where you are on like the depth chart. You're a scout team guy or you're a number one, DN or whatever you are. He doesn't get treated any different.
You ever seek out walk-on guys like Grant and maybe talk to them a little bit, or keep their head up if they have a tough day? Or
I do that all the time, regardless of walk on or not. It's guys like, like Corey Hernandez, who was young in the program, and there's guys like Nate Dalton, who's, been here for a little while. If they have a bad day or, they have anything going wrong, I feel like I can go talk to them, try to encourage them. Hey, I mean, you keep a positive mindset, regardless of what you do, you're going to make a bad play next play. If you have something that you don't know about but you didn't know about, just ask the question.
Yeah, we saw Josh out there running with the ones. How do you think he's doing, and how good is it to see him back out there?
Josh is, he's taking everything on as a challenge. He's got a positive mindset. I feel like, he can go play at one free safety, one strong safety. He can go play at one nickel right now if he wanted to, too. I mean, he's got that mindset like, kind of like I do.
This year's a little bit different. You guys don't have two-a-days, but you have a couple extra weeks. How do you think that gives you guys an advantage going into the season?
It gives us an advantage, I feel like, because it's kind of like the season. It plays out like the season, especially with, we have an off day in fall camp. We don't normally have an off day. In the season, we have an off day, and we kind of treat that like an overtime recovery kind of day. We kind of go hard the first 2 days of the week, and then like throughout that, we kind of like back off towards the scrimmage, because the scrimmage is kind of like game day. So it's kind of like a game week experience. So that's why I feel like he's kind of backed off and kind of made the schedule lay out the way it does.